Hi everybody, we are Team Medify and we're here to present the idea of the Medify app. Just to give a bit of a company overview, Medify is a digital innovation company that will reshape the world with an advanced and secure healthcare identification and information platform. Through this digital platform, we're changing how people live and work and make a more connected world. 2020 has been a strange year for everybody. As we know, the pandemic has affected countries across the globe and millions of people have lost their loved ones. We saw the COVID-19 spread like wildfire around the globe, leaving scientists doing tons of research on how to stop the spread. It was a virus like never seen before with a very high transmission rate. Within the last year, the experts have learned a lot about the virus, with the focal point of learning being that in order to stop the transmission, we need to be able to trace the spread and we need to be able to provide the most accurate information to the public. Now that we know better about the virus, we can do better. This is where our company comes in. There is a need of a product in the market to contain the virus and help recover from it. Therefore, I want to present to you the idea of the Medify app as a potential product for our company. The Medify app is going to be a one-stop solution app to spread awareness of COVID-19 and to connect essential COVID-related healthcare services. It will inform the users of the app regarding risks, best practices, and relevant advisories pertaining to the containment of COVID-19. The app will use a centralized database of HHS that contains information of all COVID-19 patients across the United States. It will help to monitor and track the COVID-positive patients across the country and to be able to provide support for them. Along with that, the app will also track others who've been in contact with the people affected by the virus and seek medical help.
Hi everyone, my name is Margie and I'm going to talk about in the next few minutes the goals set up by Medify. Now that we have a background and a little more information about the company Medify and its project, let's take a look at a few of the goals. The coronavirus pandemic is still on, and as we see, the numbers are growing and reducing and again growing, right? So these are sad to know. These numbers are really something cause of concern, right? So we as a company at Medify have an objective to make sure that we can attain this, and we will attain this COVID-free society by making sure that we make uses of the app, and then so that the number of cases are eventually reduced and gone. Medify commits to contribute in reducing the mortality from vaccination awareness, and that is something we strongly believe can be done and achievable. Some of the other goals include making sure that the app is being used because it is created by the people for the people, making sure it is user friendly and it's educating and informing users about the current and future developments about COVID-19. Also, the purpose of Medify app is not just to make sure that we can have it as a vaccine passport and keep using it for traveling, but also making sure that we can use it for large gatherings, public events, and returning back to normal without compromising any safety and public health. Who will be maximum benefited with this product? Let's see. Essential workers, healthcare workers, day wage earners, migrant laborers, low-income families, plus those who cannot work while in isolated facility, who has to be there in a physical location, will be definitely benefited by using this application, and that will eventually bring the economy back to normal and help in the economic recovery for the entire nation. Vaccine allocation is something which is a very common topic to discuss these days, because we have a solution, there are vaccinations available, but to prioritize is something very important, and our goal is to make sure that essential workers are prioritized and who are susceptible to more infection and being in between the public are getting the access to the vaccination facilities. Also, the vulnerable group of patients who are suffering from long-term diseases are kept away from their family and friends, and now with this app they can make sure that somebody is not infected and can see the family person or somebody who is admitted in such facilities, and they can make sure that the verified health status is being applied using the app. So in short, I can make sure that the leveraging of the power of app is done very, very brilliantly by the team of our developers and technical team. And as you can see, immunity tracker, symptoms tracker, something to do with contact tracing, everything in one. Also making sure that all the FAQs and information released by government websites are all accumulated and provided within this app, so that you can have one place to look for all the information.
Hello, good morning everyone. My name is Mohit Ashrit and I'm here to discuss the different features of the Medify app. Okay, so let's start with feature 1. We have a digital wallet that provides the vaccination details, especially the status details. You can see that instant verifiable vaccination records will help guarantee the herd immunity, and it will become critical as new vaccines are added into the government requirement for maintaining the health and safety of people. Most important thing is this digital wallet will create a QR code which can be accessed via a cell phone. Feature number 2 is vaccine registration is synced with the insurance. So users can enter the details required in the registration of vaccination page. They just need to add their photo, ID proof, an ID number, and other insurance related details. And whoever their primary healthcare provider is, they can easily match that with the relevant location. They need to choose a nearby vaccination center from the list and then just carry the vaccination certificate when they get one. Feature number 3 is contact tracing and exposure notification. So our app will alert you if one of your contacts tests positive. This is really important because if you are visiting a facility or a store and somebody around you has tested positive, you will get notified. When this happens, both the phones securely exchange the digital signature of that particular interaction, including time, proximity, location, and duration. This data is stored on all individual devices. So in case any person that came in contact with you in the last 14 days test positive for coronavirus, the app calculates your particular risk based on the proximity of the interaction with that person. This is a very smart feature. Feature number 4 is COVID-19 hotspot location. As you can see in the picture, we have 3 zones: red zone, yellow zone, and green zone. The app provides a map of all the hotspot locations where COVID-19 members are higher based on the demographics of that particular zip code and location. The map provides detailed information of the number of cases in that area along with the entire heat map. And the app will also provide a list of approved laboratories with COVID-19 testing facility. So if you want to get tested, you can use that app as well. Feature number 5 is self-report system, because what happens if you yourself are COVID positive? So using this app, you can use the feature of self-report, and any symptom that you have, you can report it into this app. The app will provide the relevant information in case of a positive diagnosis and contact your primary healthcare provider as well as book an appointment for you online. In case of positive diagnosis, the app provides do's and don'ts that user must take before getting admitted for treatment or during the quarantine period. Feature number 6 is HHS centralized data. So the USA government has the Department of Health and Human Services. So this app is connected with the centralized database of United States Health and Human Services, as well as Department of Health of all 50 states within the United States. This will help in monitoring the cases at regular intervals and it will always provide you with the latest information. The user can filter according to his state, city, zip code, and get a streamlined user interface, sort of based on the highest and lowest number of cases. Seventh feature is really new and a smart feature, which is smartwatch integration. As everybody is using smartwatches these days, the app can seamlessly be integrated with the smartwatch of any user's choice and provides integration capabilities. For example, Apple Watch, Samsung Watch, Google Watch, Fitbit, Garmin, etc. Once the user successfully integrates with the smartwatch, the user's app details can be used on the watch to display any relevant information, especially the notifications. That's it from me. Thank you. And the next part will be covered by one of my team members. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ojas Deshpande, and I'll be talking about the product management plan for the Medify app. So the Medify team uses agile project management methodology to develop the Medify app. We follow a 2-week sprint, and 2-week sprint have been really helpful in finishing up the features quickly, as well as giving enough time to the developers to work on individual features. The project team includes 6 developers who are user interface developers, as well as the backend and middleware developers. Then we have a business analyst, 2 quality assurance people, 1 product owner, and then the technical architect. The team follows all the agile ceremonies like sprint planning, backlog grooming, and sprint retro. So sprint planning and backlog grooming, they generally help with cleaning up the issues, or rather the stories created for the individual features. The sprint retro generally happens at the end of the sprint, and the team discusses about how well the sprint was, and if there were any takeaways from the sprint for the team. The team also followed a 15-minute daily scrum. This daily scrum helped the project team to basically discuss about what was completed and what needed to be completed. Jira was used as an issue tracker for the team. The project management plan is actually important in providing the timelines to the project, right from the project initiation to the execution. The project plan for the Medify mobile app, it provides an overall vision as well as the plan to develop the app. This plan is developed to keep all the requirements and timelines in picture so that the application can be launched within the time frame. And then there were 5 different phases in which the project management plan was executed. So the 5 phases were project initiation, requirement gathering, project execution, monitoring performance, and then the project closeout. Touching a bit about the project initiation, so project charter was created as a part of project initiation. It provides a scope, objectives, and then the people associated with the project. Also, as a part of project charter, all the responsibilities of the team members were defined. It helped in defining the budget for the project, as well as all the risks involved in the project were quickly identified at the project initiation stage. And then we have the work breakdown structure. So our WBS for this Medify app was created at a very granular level. It helped in dividing the work into smaller achievable work goals. And then the WBS for the Medify app was created as a part of deliverable based WBS. It helped the project manager to plan the development strategies, as well as generate a Gantt chart that is very important for the key stakeholder communication. That's all from my side. Thank you.
Let me introduce design and development for Medify. We basically use Scrum development as our development and management method. It's basically a 5-step cycle, including backlog, sprint planning, sprint backlog, sprint execution, and sprint review. During sprint execution process, we have design and development. Design process includes design, UX design, and UI design, and development process includes coding and testing. So this chart will introduce you about UI UX design process. First, we will have UX designers working on the wireframe. Wireframe is a very basic flow between different screens, showing the relationship between different screens. Then we'll have UI designers join in the group and working with UX designers on prototype. It's a UX flow with finalized visual design. Then we'll have a user testing session. We get some feedback from our users and make some adjustments to different versions of our prototype until it can meet customers' requirements. So in the end of this phase, we will have a prototype finalized and ready for development team to work on it. The wireframe tool is Mockflow, and we are going to use Principle as our UI prototype tool. Both the tools are really easy for them to use, and it's also easier to show it to customers. Then we'll have our development sprint. Each sprint we will have different user stories, including different features we're gonna put in our software. First, we'll have developers working on coding, and then we'll have a group of people working on testing. So if the testing shows we can meet all the requirements, then we can say this coding is done. For iOS and Android systems, we have two different tools for them. We use Xcode for iOS and Android Studio for Android software.
Hi everyone, I'd first like to thank all the team members who've shed light on our project so far. In the next couple of minutes, I'll be walking you through some key success factors that we have determined as critical for ensuring the success of our project. The intent is to align on these factors as we kickstart this project because we believe that having these metrics will ensure that we directly address competitive forces, set direction to the behavioral expectations of the project team, inform the knowledge, skill, and behavioral requirements for Medify to succeed, and be able to provide the decision-making boundaries for execution plans. With that being said, the first key success factor that I'd like to talk about is strategic focus. This entails getting the customer experience right, ensuring user centricity, security, scalability, agility of the app, and of course, high performance. We will achieve this by way of using focus groups and persona profiling to define user goals. And from this knowledge, we can design an experience which will need to be tested and refined with real users as well as heuristic evaluation. We intend to tackle the proliferation of multiple device types and create a context-rich experience for our customers and also focus on integrating with other systems. The second key success factor is people. Building a winning team means getting people to work well together to ensure stakeholder value creation and ultimately ensure employee satisfaction and user satisfaction. The third key success factor is marketing. Our marketing lead spoke through the go-to market plan earlier, so I'm not really going to elaborate much on this, but some of the factors are brand awareness, promotions, and social media integration that we will be resorting to ensure success in this area. The final key success factor that I'd like to talk about is finance. This is important because we may need to ensure that we keep within the confines of the budget and do not consume any excessive resources in the app development process. There is a significant cost to acquiring app users that will be tracked through the cost per acquisition metric. We will also be using metrics like daily active users and monthly active users to give us an idea of how often our customers make use of our app within a time frame. This will help us determine whether our customers are returning to our app as often as we'd like, and also help us keep track of the ROI. With that being said, I would like to conclude today's kickoff meeting and thank all the attendees on behalf of the Medify project team. Please feel free to reach out to us for any queries that you may have on info@medify.com, and stay tuned for more updates. Thank you.